Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Men of Doozy podcast.
You're probably thinking, why the word doozy? What does that even mean?
Well, the word doozy means something that is extraordinary or outstanding of its kind.
And we are not that, but we want to be.
So this is the podcast where we give you all the tools you need to become successful in life.
And the best part is we're going to learn how to be successful ourselves, but we also teach you how to be successful yourselves, so we're both learning how to be successful together.
Circle of Successful. I'm Matthew McLachlan.
I'm Andrew Goebel, also in the circle.
I'm Alex Staub, also a part of a circle.
And today we're going to learn how to resolve conflicts.
Today's episode is also sponsored by BotticelliFoods.com. Use our promo code DOOZY, that's DOOZY at checkout for 10% off.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going to resolve conflicts.
Conflict. I mean, what is conflict, Andrew?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that.
How do you define conflict?
I wish we had some kind of definition at the ready.
I wish someone
What's that?
I have a definition
No shit.
of conflict.
Well, that's convenient and helpful for us.
It is. Oh, you want me to read it?
You
want me
want
to read? Oh, I will read. Okay, I'll read the definition. Of course. This
just having it is helpful, but
yes,
I think
but I
knowing
think we
what
should
it is,
know what it is.
Read it.
Okay.
I think we're going to learn some things that are going to deal with what you're doing right now. Okay. Why don't you read that?
I will. Conflict is a normal part of any healthy relationship. After all, two people can't be expected to agree on everything all the time. The key is not to fear or try to avoid conflict, but to learn how to resolve it in a healthy way. When conflict is mismanaged, it can cause great harm in a relationship, but when handled in a respectful, positive way, conflict provides an opportunity to strengthen the bond between two people. Whether you're experiencing conflict at home, work, or school, learning these skills can help you resolve differences in a healthy way and build stronger, more rewarding relationships. I don't know what that fucking sound is. Whatever it is, I don't love it.
I'd ask if we've ever been in a conflict before, but that's pretty much this podcast.
Yeah.
This podcast is built on conflict.
Yes. Yes.
Speaking of, I love immersing ourselves in whatever we're learning about.
Of course.
So I thought for sake of to learn how to be better for resolving conflict.
Okay. Oh shit.
Now we have a conflict that we have to resolve.
Now we have a conflict we need to resolve. Okay.
Now we have two conflicts.
He's got him. He got him to the ground. He's got him to the ground. He's got him to the ground. All right. Matt took Alex to the ground. Oh, God. They are. They are. Oh, man. If I could just. We got
to resolve this.
We got to resolve this conflict. So Matt, for those of you listening, tackled Alex to the ground and took his hat. And now Alex is climbing back up to the mic. No. That's my fucking bracelet. Got it. Oh, shit. Sorry. I got it.
Tip number 7, accept conflict. Conflict is unavoidable, as you can see. We must learn to manage it. It cannot be resolved unless it is addressed with the appropriate individuals. Conflict can be draining, so it's important to consider whether the issue is really worth your time and energy. Make conflict resolution the priority rather than winning or being right. Maintaining and strengthening the relationship rather than winning the argument or fight should always be your first priority. Be respectful of the other person and their viewpoint.
Okay.
Yeah. How are we feeling about that?
I feel like we resolved it.
Yeah, I think so.
I actually think we're fine.
I think we're good. I think we're
I
good.
think we
I
accepted
feel like that
it.
was a pretty good resolution.
Yeah, I'd say if these tables weren't between us, I'd be kicking your ass right now because
That's
we
fair.
have totally unresolved shit right now.
We have unresolved shit, but we're going to resolve it through words.
Give him.
All right, I want you to give him this, please.
If only we filmed this instead of construction. This would have been perfect.
Yeah.
This would have been great.
Wait, please pass that along.
I mean, that's about fair.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie,
Wow.
we did discover, funnily enough, Alex and I recently, that the most disrespectful thing you can do to someone is smack their underarm.
It's the
Oh, the
area
meat.
right
It's
behind.
the meat, right under, right
Yeah,
under.
that or like here.
It's right
Oh,
there.
that's not nice.
disrespectful,
Yeah, it's disrespectful
Yeah.
as
It's
shit,
the soft
dude.
part. It's
It's
the
the soft thing. It's
little
disrespectful
disrespectful.
as shit. And yeah, you just can't. It's tough. It's tough.
What's the?
Go ahead. Oh my god.
All right, we did tip number 7.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add, or you just?
Yeah, we're breathing so heavily.
We're killing Kian.
You know, conflict takes the wind out of you a little bit sometimes.
I would say
Sure.
I would say I'm an active person, but it would seem as though I just did a 40-mile hike by just picking Alex off of a chair and throwing him on top of me is what I did. There was no way I was winning at that point.
Yeah, no,
You
I'm
were
No,
just-
both of those. Clearly, I beat both of you in both of those fights.
Okay,
if
well, I don't know about
that's-
mine.
I
I
don't know
had,
if
you,
that-
I had your leg, I had your arm. I could have gotten you.
There was a moment that happened between all three of us
Uh-huh.
when I was fighting each one of you.
Right? And what?
Did we try to kiss?
There was
tension.
there's
but I think
sexual
that- I
tension
think
for
that's
sure.
just
There's
what
I think that's what
conflict is.
I think in
Just what
conflict
you find kiss.
I think there is no zero amount of sexual tension in a fight.
You can't have that. That's not possible.
There's no
Why are
way.
you fighting?
You watch like UFC, there's like at minimum 4%
There
amount
are
of like
moments.
kiss.
Well, it's like those moments in. Sometimes conflict can be a turn on.
Yeah.
You know those moments in movies where
Dude,
like,
I'm full
where,
blood
they're
right now.
fighting and then they look at each other and then they have the craziest sex
Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
You know?
Dude,
true.
I'm yeah. Before I tackled you, 6. What time I got up? Midnight, dude.
Yeah. Wow. So what's the conflict-wise?
Yeah.
What's like the craziest kind of fight that you've had to deal with personally? Conflict. Recently or just throughout life? I know you guys have a lot of trauma.
I've never heard someone cause me trauma with just.
I've never
You guys and your trauma.
I've never gotten trauma from someone belittling my trauma before.
Look at you guys and your trauma.
Trauma drama.
Oh, I guess the biggest conflict I ever had was, I got caught for underage gambling, and I guess I had conflict with the
law.
casino and the law.
Oh.
Yeah.
How'd you resolve it?
I paid a fine.
Okay. That was boring. What do you got?
I fist fought my manager at Pizza Hut.
Whoa! That's so much better. Congratulations!
Thank you.
Wow.
With you alley-oop, I wouldn't say it was better, but it wasn't as good without that first.
Oh man, that's so good.
How did it
resolve?
No, how did it go down?
I want all the details.
Great, here we go.
Start to finish.
So
We're
this
sponsored by Pizza Hut.
this gentleman was hated by all. He was
Okay.
not a good person. Everyone is annoyed by this man. He was only about 2 years, maybe 3 years older than me. He wasn't
Okay.
like a 50-year-old man, which would have been hilarious. But we had this gigantic like health inspection the next day, and I was a cook and he was a manager, so he's just like at the desk doing stuff, kind of helping, sending the drivers out. And I'm deep cleaning everything, and he's sitting at his desk on his phone.
Okay.
And this is not even like iPhone time yet. He's like paying 40 cents a second to be on, you know what I mean? Like, dude. And we were closing up, and I turned off the oven, and he had put a personal pan pizza in, which then like fucked up the oven. I had to redo it, and I was cleaning all the stuff that he was supposed to do, and I'm staying like 2 hours later than I'm supposed to. And I was like, and we had the two ladies staying up front doing like, because it wasn't a restaurant. It was like come in, take out, carry out,
Okay,
like
got
that
it.
kind of thing. And they finished the register, and this person, front desk lady, like lived near me, so I would drive her home to and fro. So she's waiting for me to finish, and I'm like, so she's helping me, and then I'm like, hey man, like, you just kind of sat there, and we're trying to get out of here, and you could have easily like cut all of our time. Like, I'm just saying, next time, like, can you give us a hand? He's like, hey Matt, why don't you go fuck yourself? Ooh. And I was like,
That's not what you do.
Ooh.
And I just turned to the girl, and she slow motion was like, and I was like, are you kidding me right now? And I like got up into his face, and the second I broke the bubble, he went like a dog that you try to show that they tore clothes, and he went, and he was looking away, didn't want to look. I'm like, you know what, dude? Not even worth it. And he's like, all right, well, like I said, go fuck yourself. And I was like, and I just saw full red, and I made a choice. I went, you can leave, and you're going to think about it and be steaming hot red, or I'm like,
You can teach.
okay. Ooh. And then he just went, oh, hell no. And he like swung, I ducked, uppercut him back into the boxes.
Ooh.
And then I just grabbed him in a headlock and just wailed on him. We ended up on the other side of the restaurant, and I'm just like punching him, and I let go. And I would never have predicted this, and I let him go, squared up. He went, have a good night. And I went, and he's like bleeding, and I'm like, I'm out of here. Come on. And the girl's like, should we? And I was like, and so I'm just in the car like, all the adrenaline.
So what happened the next day?
I came in, and the bosses, like heads of the full store manager, assistant manager, pulled me out back and went, listen, we know the guy sucks. There's not really much we can say. Like, he sucks. You can't do that here. I'm like, yeah, I know. But he, did we pass the inspection? Because I cleaned everything. And they're like, yeah, we did. And then the assistant manager, who's this thug dude, is like, doesn't have as many bruises as I would have given him, but I'm like my fighting wasn't good, and I'm like, I'm about to fight you.
That's where you had the notes.
I'm like, are you serious? I also he was also wearing a goofy hat the next day because he looked like a freaking, I don't know, unlevel ground on his head because I fucked him up, dude. But that was it. That was one of the only real fist fights.
You kept your job?
Oh yeah. Because everyone hated this kid so much that they were
have
like,
the footage of this.
Jesus,
please?
No.
Pizza Hut goes fucking hard, dude. Holy shit.
I was the best cook there. I closed almost every night. I rocked it, man.
When he was on the ground and you were above him, you should have been like, no one out pizzas the Hut.
No one out pizzas the Hut, and the Hut are my fists. Wow. Pizza's conflict. Yeah, it was fine. I don't know what he's doing, but
so resolve conflict with violence.
With violence.
That's good.
Wow, we already showed that.
Wow.
and I won again.
You did win again.
You did.
Yeah, I don't recommend the fists.
Yeah.
But you gotta, biggity babbity boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, nowadays you can't really just hit people.
Well, no, you couldn't hit people at any time. But you were probably what, like 16, 17?
17 going on 18.
Okay, but the point is you weren't a legal adult. I think once you crest into 18, now you're looking at prison time.
I might have been 8. No, I was 17.
So, you can go to juvie, of course, but no one's going to go to juvie for fighting. That's just, you're just testosterone.
Yeah.
If you're 18 and older, you're going to jail because you fight someone when you're an adult.
But if it was his fault, no one likes him.
Of course.
There's so many people that need
that need to be
that
rocked.
need to be hit in the face.
But I'm still jostled to this day of letting go, waiting for round 2 to just actually fist fight, not just be scrappy. And he goes, have a good night. I'm like,
Well, the conflict was resolved.
it was resolved.
Yeah, it got resolved.
Well,
in his
listen,
face.
we're only on the first tip, which is accept conflict, which I did.
You accepted
Okay.
and won.
I did.
So violence is your answer. You are.
I only did the one
pay
fight.
pay the penalty, pay the fine.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
What's your situation?
This is how I resolve conflict. Ready? Say something to me that would ignite conflict.
I don't like that you don't have hair on your head.
I don't like that you don't have hair on your head.
Fucking got him, dude.
Wow, he fucking
destroyed,
he fucking mirrors, dude. He just
wow,
mirrors it
dude.
back
Oh
at
my
you.
God, you got hair in your head.
Holy shit, dude.
And I gotta be honest, all joking aside, I feel upset. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh, dude.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Dude, wow. Actually, I think this next tip is exactly what you just showed.
Go ahead.
Tip number 6, everyone. Listen actively for what is felt as well as said, okay? When you really listen, you connect more deeply to your own needs and emotions and to those of other people. Listening also strengthens, informs, and makes it easier for others to hear you when it's your turn to speak.
Yeah, and you listened actively to Matt's insecurities and you responded with your own feelings, which was shitting on his dreams.
I don't know if you're listening to my insecurities specifically, as in you mocking someone so hard cuts deeply directly to insecurities.
Yeah.
You could be like, anyone be like, I love you and I think we should get married. I love you. I think we should get married. Like, Jesus,
Yeah.
you not love me? You know, it will just,
Yeah.
mocking is such an underused tool.
Yeah. You need to, it's disabling. Because what do you do?
It's
Well, we can't say that
crippling
word
for
anymore. We can't also
sure.
can't say that word.
Disarming?
That's true.
Good.
Mocking is, here's my take, mocking gets around everything. Right? It gets around being PC.
Yeah.
Because even if people are like, I don't like it, you could just mock anyone for
But there's an
anything.
art to it. You can't
mock specific
you
people.
can't just mock.
You can't just mock.
The mocking has to be a response.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
100%.
Because then it could be good. Because you could say anything. I'd be like, oh yeah.
It's a defense mechanism
it.
turned into
And then you're like, all
an
right,
attack.
well, I guess that's resolved. I don't know. Where do we go from there?
It's a clapback. You can't just
Yeah.
do it. If you're someone walking by, be like, oh, you can't do that.
Look at
That's
this guy
aggressive.
walking.
Yeah.
yeah, then you're
that's
just a dick.
If
Yeah.
someone throws,
and someone's gonna fist fight you, and then we're gonna have a new conflict. Then, You know,
because if
he
someone
said-
then
he told you to go fuck yourself, and you punch him in the face. If he had instead said, "I wish you would help me clean the dishes,"
Yeah.
you would have lost that whole conflict.
Yeah.
if someone comes in lighting the spark, you damp it with some mocking water. That's it.
Yeah.
Water.
Because they're like, oh, you want to go? You're like, yeah, I'll go. You're like, wow, well, I don't now because
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like a fool. Let's get out of here.
This is
So
we're spitting knowledge.
We're
this episode.
spinning game.
So, tip number 5, be specific. When problem solving, be very specific. Clarify ambiguous terms that each person may interpret differently, especially if it is a sensitive subject. Make sure you're able to state your point clearly and be wary of generalizations. You know, I'm going to be really specific that I'm going to,
Kick
punch
your
that dude.
ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Kick your ass
Yes. Yes, I'm going to kick your ass.
with my foot. You have to be
Yes.
specific.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yes.
kick your ass
gotta
with
hit
my
him
foot.
get him where it hurts.
And his
Yes.
ass.
Mentally, physically, yeah.
Emotionally, all of the big ones.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to kick your ass?
Yeah, psychologically.
got it.
You know?
That's a psychological game too. I wonder if like medieval time battles, when they were like about to go at each other, if people didn't just like mock them and they were like,
Yeah.
like
they
hurt
were-
their feelings,
well, they were
psychological
wearing-
warfare.
Well, I think that's no. Because here's the thing. That's more of a modern take. Because you were wearing helmets, so if you tried to mock someone, it'd be like, and they wouldn't hear it because there was a helmet.
That's true.
Modern evolution of conflict has gotten to the mocking. Violence was the prevailing way to solve conflict, and now we use violence and words.
Were people just mocking back then? That was like the normal speech. Like, hear ye, right? That's the accent.
Yes,
people
that's
were
the-
mocking.
Wow.
Wow. Because
town
originally someone was like,
am the king.
someone
oh,
was-
yeah, are you? Everyone was just mocking each other.
So
because
good.
originally the first person to do it was like, hear ye, and they're like, hear ye, hear ye.
Yeah. What does that even mean? Yeah. Wow.
Here's the king. Here is the king.
Wow, dude, historical accuracy.
I think you just invented the English accent, dude.
Yeah.
nailed
I think they were all mocking each other.
They
I think
were.
they were all there like this, like,
Somewhat,
what's up,
yeah.
dude? And they're like, what's up, dude?
Someone sounded like that in the village, and they all made fun of him, and then they all just started talking like that.
Who knew you get a history lesson in the middle of how to resolve
In the
conflict?
middle
If
of a fight that
everyone's
we were doing.
mocking, there's zero conflict. So then you just have to just kill people. I mean, you just go right to the.
Your world that you live in is wild, and I'm here for it.
I'm here for it too. Wow. I
I gotta say, this is the most we've gotten along. I think since it involved us fighting, we've come out stronger.
We should fist fight before every single
Probably.
episode.
Yeah, I think that's good. You want to take a quick break?
Yeah, let's take a quick break.
Oh yeah, should we?
Should we take a break?
Oh, this is good. I like this.
Yeah, let's do it.
We should
All right,
actually
we'll
take a
see you
break,
after
though,
the
for
break,
sure. All right,
everybody.
goodbye, everyone. See you in the break. Hey, everyone. Are you tired of buying expensive, low-quality foods? I know I am. That's why it's time to discover the authentic taste of Italy with Botticelli Foods.
They're a family owned. Oh shit! I'm so sorry. I'm so used to it. Are we having conflict?
They're a family-owned brand that delivers farm-to-table products straight to your dinner table. Experience the rich flavor of their Italian cuisine, which has been passed down from generation to generation.
If you go to BotticelliFoods.com and use promo code Doozy, D-O-O-Z-Y, at checkout, you can get 10% off all Botticelli food products.
I'm talking about every kind of sauce you can think of. Olive oils, balsamics, and many, many more flavorful products.
And remember, Botticelli foods are extraordinary and outstanding, just like the Men of Doozy.
Buy Botticelli Foods now.
And now we go to like one of my favorite segments. During the break, checking in with Jose. Jose, have you ever been in a conflict? What's your resolution? How's this episode going? Is it going good?
Is it going good?
Yeah, guys, the episode's going so well. Good job. I love the teamwork you guys are putting together to make this episode really listenable. Good job. Good job, y'all.
I like how you
Whoa,
owned. I like how
that
you
must have been
owned-
good.
You owned us. You went, is it going good? Like that was only at ourselves.
His insight is so good. All right, so now you're just making fun of people.
Yeah.
You're not even just. It's dangerous territory. You have to know the difference.
You have to. God. It's tasteful. It's got to be tasteful. It has to be controlled.
I saw this thing where if a guy's getting angry and a woman wants to completely cut his legs out from underneath him, go like, "Oh, boy, guy got big emotions." Oh, and just completely mock him, and it works, dude. So just mocking, I think how to mock is probably
How to resolve
that
conflict.
episode.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Also, sometimes what I'll do, if I'm not mocking, I'll just kind of find another way to like disable where I'll just be. There've been times when like I've been in traffic and I've like cut someone off by accident, and like we'll be at the red light, and the girl will pull up. This actually happened, and she pulls up, rolls the windows down. She's like, "You just cut me off." She's like yelling at me, and my window's down too. And I'll just like look at her, and she'll like be like, she'll go off on like a little tangent, and then I'll be like, "Huh?"
What does she do?
And she kind of looked at me like weird, and she like said it again. I was like,
What was there a final thing that you just had fully ended?
she like kind of laughed and rolled her window up and just took off, and I was like,
Nice.
Because if you did that, and then the best thing is if you do that.
definitely, if someone could be right up to your face, and then when they're done, just be like, "Huh?" Just
Like genuinely, like
yeah, like you weren't.
you go
Like you had no idea. Yeah.
and then
Huh?
the best thing I think to really round it out is if you just went and just gave them, and they're like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Just give them a smile.
Point two is like if they're right up in your face at the end, just kind of look and just kind of look around, and just be like, me?
Almost like you're talking to
You're
me.
like, huh?
That's good conflict.
And then they'll get even more angry, and then you're like,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, if you can get someone angry and then be like, "What's your deal?"
yeah.
And then they just explode.
Yeah.
That's the best. That feels good.
That sounds like the opposite of what we're trying to do, but it is good.
But it is good. No, it feels great for me.
Yeah.
And my conflict is resolved.
Yeah.
So
So mock or just go, huh?
Yeah, play the fool.
Yeah.
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 All right. Are we
I've
still-
done that too, where on the light rail, you're supposed to buy a ticket to get on there, and I'd never buy a ticket. And one time, the cops were on there giving out like real tickets if you didn't have like a ticket for the light rail. And the guy came up to me, and we were like in between like stations and stops, and he's like, "Where's your ticket?" And I was like, and he's like, "If you don't have one, like my ticket's like $75." I was like, I just kind of stared at him, silent, and he was like confused. And then when the door opened, I got out, and he tried to follow me, but then I just took off.
And then you just sprinted.
I just sprinted.
Yeah, they can't. Whether he's going to catch you, does
Yeah.
he become a catcher?
Yeah,
Oh, you're going to
Are you trying to catch me?
yeah.
Yeah,
We should come back from the break, though. 'cause
Yeah,
we're still
let's
on
do
top
that.
of
Oh, we're
this
still
all
in the
we're
break.
still
All
in the
right,
break.
we'll see. We'll go back from the break, everybody.
Well, now we're back from the break. And
Wow.
we need to repeat everything we did.
That was good. No, keep it a part of the break.
Of
It's
course,
fine.
absolutely, it's
That was a little
fine.
break.
Little break conflict break.
Yeah.
I love the idea of just. Sorry?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Especially when because sometimes conflict for people, if they address you, sometimes it's like explosive in the moment, but sometimes people are like angry about something that you did. It takes them a while to like kind of think about what they're going to say, think about what they're going to do. And then when they finally approach you and they give out this big speech about how they feel, and you're like, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That would enrage most people.
Yeah. Any normal person would be here. Like, hey, Alex, I just need you to know this is how I felt. It really, it really hurt me when you said that. And now, when you tackled me at the beginning of this episode, I felt just that you took advantage of, I wasn't expecting to be tackled, and then you're on the ground, and you were hitting me, and I just didn't appreciate it, and it didn't make me feel great or, supported.
Huh? Also, while they're talking and you're looking at them, nod.
Like you're getting it.
Nod like you're understanding them. And then at the end, be like, huh? Yeah.
Huh?
And then they go like, I said I didn't feel appreciated. And then you're looking them dead in the eyes, and then you go,
Yeah. Wow. Look around a little bit.
yeah, you. And they're like,
Yeah.
and then I think just end it with like a,
Me?
oh, me.
I think we're doing pretty good. I think we're doing pretty good.
everyone's
with
gonna
this
We're
fight
ready
conflict.
for
us.
conflict.
Yeah.
We are
I
ready
think we're
for
doing pretty good.
We're going to get back into it. Tip number 4. Focus on the present. If you're holding on to grudges based on past conflicts, your ability to see the reality of the current situation will be impaired. Rather than looking to the past and assigning blame, focus on what you can do in the here and now to solve the problem. That's nice.
Yeah,
Perspective.
I think that's it. That was one of my favorite tips. That's actually just so helpful.
It drives me nuts when I have made the effort. I heard someone's complaint. I then made the effort to change, and then they act as though
Nothing has changed.
I hadn't done anything,
Yep.
or they're like going on off an old draft of who I am. Like, hey, I think you're basing it on that one thing forever ago, and now you're just assuming I didn't do it, and now we're not getting into my relationships. Okay, we're not going to talk about it. I know you're curious about it.
Huh?
I know. Huh? Yeah. Me?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to be present.
Huh?
Number 3, move past positions. A position is the desired outcome of a conflict. Often the position is, I need a new roommate, or this person is impossible to live with. These are often not negotiable and result in an impasse. To resolve conflict, each person has to be willing to reset their expectations.
That's asking a lot of people to be mature, and I don't know if that's what happens.
But that's why it eventually gets to fist fighting.
Right, but that's what impasse means.
Yeah.
Fist fighting.
Fist fight. Yeah.
Impasse.
Yeah, I've been with a lot of roommates where I'm like, I need a new roommate here, and instead of just trying to resolve, I mean, I've kind of tried to resolve it by talking to them, but like, they'll just, instead of me being like, I'll bring up like, hey, don't do this, and then instead of them being like,
I'll be like,
okay,
oh, don't do this.
well, you do all this stuff. I'm like, all right, dude, whatever. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I was actually talking about you. I don't know why I'm being brought up in here. I think you should be the one to deal with your shit. I didn't come in here to talk about my stuff.
Also, another thing that I've learned is sometimes when people are angry at you, they're like, I've been at work where people will come up and they'll be like yelling at me about something. And then like at the end, I'll be like, all right, so what do we do?
Yep.
Yes.
And they're like, thinking I'm gonna like scream back at them or like, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I did that. But so now what can I do?
How do we move
what do we need?
a lot of
And they're like,
Yeah.
huh? Why aren't we screaming right now? I'm like, what? Okay, so you need another PA? That's fine. I'll get you one. And they're
People
like,
talk
huh?
about-
I'm like, yeah, dude. Why? Were we gonna yell about this for 20 more minutes?
it comes down to their almost most things, be it conflict or just problem solving in general, or someone who's like, let's figure it out, what can we do, and someone who just wants to find the problems. So usually people are like, oh, this is bullshit, and blah, blah, blah. And then if you're also the person who finds the problems, it becomes an argument and a fight. If you go like, all right, then what do we do about it? You're like, just let's find the problem. Okay, what does arguing about it do? Let's resolve the conflict.
Yeah.
Well, because complaining is so fun,
It can be fun.
It can
Complaining
be fun.
about something that is just so enjoyable. So people will sometimes take that and just blow it up. But normally between like a conflict, it's like, well, okay, what's the real problem here? How do we solve it? And sometimes it's just black and white like that.
Yeah. Agreed.
But like everyone's feelings get involved, and then that's what the real argument's all about sometimes.
And that's important because tip number 2, be willing to forgive. Resolving conflict is impossible if you're unwilling or unable to forgive others. Resolution lies in releasing the urge to punish, which can serve only to deplete and drain your life.
Some people keep grudges, dude.
They do. That shit's
They get burned once, and that person is dead.
That shit's
to them.
exhausting.
And I would say those people are what we in the biz call unhealthy.
It's true. The business being podcasting.
When you're in the moments like when you were in at Pizza Hut, where there was that moment where it was like, do I leave and I'm fucking angry and I have to just sit with it and dissolve and just let it, and figure out how to release it a different way, or do I just
Or am I willing
or
to
do I
forgive?
just wail on this guy?
Yeah. Because if I don't, it could serve to deplete and drain my
your
life.
life,
So I should probably punch him in
Deplete
the nose.
and drain his
life, his nose.
His nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I've learned is you just gotta you can't let people bother you.
Nah.
You know?
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, you're good at
Because you can't punch people. Otherwise, that would be the number one resolution.
I haven't punched
What
anyone
did you
since
say about
then.
me? Yeah.
There's no punching. That's been half my life ago. So I've done half my life without punching. That's
yeah.
pretty good.
That's who you are.
Oh, yeah.
That's who I am.
Yeah.
Because I've resolved the conflict in myself. And you have a pretty good ability to just have zero fucks given
It's
about
true.
everything. You could probably like gain a fuck or two, I think, but I think the no fucks is working for you.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Is it working for you? Don't you agree with that?
Should I?
Everything you've done from past episodes, you're like, this is what I usually do in this situation. I've now just incorporated in my life, and I don't know if that's going to be good or if I'm going to get fired, but we'll see.
You should be fine.
You should be fired.
You should be fired.
Tip
I
number one.
appreciate that because there's a lot of people that have been like, I have learned this from you, and I'm like, Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, you?
We were laid back. I was thinking about this today. I was like, you just, yeah, you good self-esteem. You don't really care about things. Maybe you do, but you don't talk to us about it.
We can't tell. So
Yeah.
Everyone's upset about something, so how do we resolve it? I don't like...
Well, you're a good problem solver.
My what?
you're a good problem solver.
Oh.
He wasn't trying to fight you.
You would? You would?
I've never.
just
You
say
went.
to me?
You went immediate to anger. You were like, "The fuck you just say?"
No, I didn't hear what he said. I thought
He took tips 2
sounded
through
like
7.
It sounded like a one-word mashed together. I was like, excuse me?
What? Excuse me? Huh?
Tip number 1: open your ears.
Huh?
We're gonna. This is gonna start and end with a fist fight. Tip number 1, everybody. Know when to let something go. Each person has a unique point of view and rarely agrees on every detail. If you can't come to an agreement, agree to disagree. It takes 2 people to keep an argument going. If a conflict is going nowhere, but you can choose to disengage and move on. But what if they don't see they were wrong yet? I'm just supposed to give up?
I guess you gotta.
Well, just because you see that they're wrong, and they may never see that they're wrong because they're not you.
Right. They don't have the
And
perspective.
that's what you have to...
yes. That's
They don't have the awareness
They don't have the...
of them being wrong.
You just have to you gotta let them go.
Also, most days, these days, it's like no one allows themselves to be wrong. I would say you might be, I think you do this too, but some of the only people who, like, when you're proving a point, you guys go like, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that. I see that. And I've allowed that. I've also trying to take that in of people saying shit, and I just go like, it's a good point. Never thought of it that way. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
Yeah.
It is that. It's
They got a
disarming.
good point. I'm like, yeah, I like that idea better. You're right. Let's do that.
If I do, I know this goes back to another episode of debating, but if people want to talk about a thing or debate, I go, are you willing to be wrong? And they're like, no. I'm like, then what the fuck am I doing? I don't. Then this is just going to be fighting. This is just conflict. No thanks.
true.
Bye.
Bye.
No bueno.
No buens. No buens.
Got anything to talk about of resolving conflicts? You guys haven't been in any fist fights?
I mean, I was in a fist fight when I was a child. I also
Really?
I've always been.
I've wrestled
in like
and-
some bar scuffles and stuff back in like Boston and Florida and stuff.
makes sense.
But
The 2 places
but
were
it
the
was
capitals.
It wasn't like I was trying. I was always like the peacekeeper and trying to be like, even during like a fight, I'd be like, hey, relax, we're good.
Yeah, chill. Like chill.
We're chill, dude. You're good. You're
Yeah,
okay.
no, I haven't done anything since. I've also always been a big guy, and I am always genuinely nervous about hurting someone because if I seriously get angry,
Yeah, you're so strong.
So tough.
So yeah, but in a not funny way, I have like pushed people and I've been like, oh no, this like you are almost hurt. I don't want
And they like go through a wall.
kind of yeah a little
And
bit.
they come like, what the fuck was that? And you're like,
Told you to leave me alone. Like that.
I'm not superhero, just generic like, oh shit, this person thought they were tough and now they fucked around and found out.
Well, with great power comes great responsibility, Andrew.
That Oprah said that.
She did.
Gandhi.
Didn't Uncle Ben say that in Spider-Man?
The rice guy?
Oh my god! I was not the rice guy.
I don't think he said a lot. He had a trumpet, but I don't think he had a right? Or is that Zadaraz?
This is in Spider-Man. Uncle Ben? Is that his name?
I've never heard of that.
Peter
Yes, I
Parker's
know.
Uncle Ben.
No,
they
we're
were in the car, and right before he got shot, he said, with great power comes great responsibility.
When he was making his rice.
And Peter Parker was like, oh, yeah.
Oh yeah! Oh, great power.
Does it?
Does it?
Does it?
Oh, yeah, Uncle Ben?
Oh yeah, Uncle Ben.
He goes back, and his Aunt May is like, Uncle Ben's dead, and you're like,
Is it?
you're like, I just imagine him going, huh? We cannot say anything else, and we have to end.
I'll take us away.
I will say.
I have one little thing.
Go ahead.
Okay,
go
fire
ahead.
away.
Unless you can go.
I just wanted to say that I have no desire to be in any kind of conflict, especially physical. But I have always wanted to run and jump off of a bar onto a group of people during a fight.
Okay.
I've always wanted to be that guy.
Yeah.
Like, come on, yeah, like onto the group of people, and we all fall to the ground.
I'll be honest. I found like fun ways to get out kind of the more aggressive parts of that where there is this great place in the city called Break Bar, where after you finish drinking, you can shatter your drink on the wall, and it's cathartic as shit.
Or break rooms, like you go and you break stuff.
Just rec rooms in general. So good.
What were we gonna say?
I just thought of it, and this could be, fugazi, but like when I think I'm so calm during conflict and stuff because when I was in Hawaii and was talking to like the monks out there when I was on like a little getaway. One of the monks, I was like, I feel so like, cause I was in New York and I was so just like angry all the time because I was trying to be so competitive with everybody and just everything wasn't going my way and I was just like, I'm so angry and just everyone's trying to, one up me and I can't trust people and the monk was kind of like, we all come from like this unlimited source of love. And when someone's coming at you with conflict that you just can't, and they're trying to take a piece from you, just let them have that piece because they needed it more than you do, and you're just unlimited. And I was like, oh yeah,
Are you unlimited? Are you, little bald man?
No, but he did say that, and I was like that. It kind of clicked, and I was had a more relaxed baseline. So when conflict is every day there could be something. So when it happens, if you have like a step back, you can be able to watch it. And be able to be like,
it's information.
Okay, this person's yelling at me. Why are they yelling at me? Because of this. Okay, cool. How do we solve that? And it's like, I hear you. Let's do this instead of like, because when people throw that energy at you, it's easy to like get wrapped up in it and then respond emotionally.
Well, it's good information for yourself, especially responding to conflict. Of like, I have the gut feeling of like, let me explain. Let me try to make things okay and try to like come at it where like I could not be wrong in this situation at all. And they're like, how dare you for doing a thing that you weren't even there for? I'm like, I'm so sorry. Maybe I was there. And like that. So finding a little bit of that of like, what are you doing?
Yeah. It's literally.
I have to like.
Just like, huh?
I do have to embrace a little bit of the, huh? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
A little bit of the grab a little bit of the peace for myself because I immediately think.
Yeah, because you could accidentally drink someone's water and they see it and like they hate you for like 3 days and then they're like finally like, yeah, and you're like, whoa.
I've learned that it is it is on them. It's my job to deal with me. So if I'm annoyed about a thing, like I'm not going to make anyone else suffer for it. It's like, listen, this is between you and me. I don't want to deal with that. I want to deal with you. And if they can't deal with it, I'm like, that's your own journey, dude.
Yeah.
Can't deal with it.
But even when like I have to deal out conflict, if I'm like angry at somebody, if I'm like at work or something, I'll just pull them aside and I'll be like, look, this is what it is. I'll try to be calm and just be like, this is
What's happening?
This is what's happening. I don't feel good about this, and just try to talk to them normal, isolate them, block them in a room, Mm-hmm. No cameras.
No.
Yeah.
No oxygen for a while.
Yeah.
What are you feeling about it?
Nice.
Because I'm sure you've seen like directors and producers, and they just scream at people, and no one respects them for that. But if they had a problem, especially if they had a problem with like one person, instead of if you like fuck up or something, instead of like me on set being like, what the fuck? Hey, you suck at this. If I was just like, I went over to you, I was like, what's going on? Can we solve this?
Yeah, if you're not gonna
No?
Christian
Well,
Bale
then,
the situation, I
like,
get it.
this was just you fucking up. Well, all right, then how do we solve
They
this?
could have focused on the present. They could have been willing to forgive and known when to let something go. And I don't think they did.
I don't think they did.
They did.
I think that's going to do it for us, boys.
Yeah.
Thank you for everyone for watching the Men of Doozy.
Please comment what your favorite tip was and share this episode with every single person you know, please.
Yeah, we're on all
Help.
social media and audio platforms, but you probably already knew that.
Are we on audio platforms? And if there's something that you want to learn about and have us teach you, what we also learn about it, you just got to let us know.
We'll see you next episode.
Bye, Botticelli's.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
going to buy Botticelli's? You should.
You should.
Huh?
We love you, people.
See ya.